Most of our relationship unfolded actually through mail, snail mail.
We wrote letters,
and,
stamps.
And because Steve was in Colby College in Maine, and I went to a college in New York State, and we wrote to each other.
My folks had moved from New Jersey down to Maryland when we were in Taiwan, and so I visited Faye at her sister and brother-in-law's house in Maryland over that Thanksgiving break, and I went back to school, and she was just on my mind every minute for that whole week, and that was new for me. I didn't have any serious girlfriends, before Faye. But then actually, as I was writing the letter telling her that, I just felt this very sweet emotion just wash over me. And again, that was new for me too. And I mean, that if anything, that's your classic Hollywood moment where I fell in love.
They diagnosed me with stage 4 cancer. I have a really close friend who's been struggling with really serious cancer for quite a few years. And a couple of years ago, I said to her one day when she was struggling, I said, Dana, you're so good at accepting the sovereignty of God and trusting in Him for yourself. But now you have to really believe that God is also sovereign over your kids. But when it came to me, I couldn't embrace that for myself, I could see that for her and I could tell her that, but emotionally, I couldn't get myself there. I knew it intellectually, but emotionally, I was just a wreck when it came to thinking about, leaving my kids behind. And that was definitely the hardest part for me. I had to leave really early. The place where I took the PET scan was almost all the way into D.C. In the car that morning, I just was crying out to God, please give me some indication, that you're really listening, and give my kids some indication that, all the prayers that they're praying, are not in vain. Let us hear you. And, I kept using the word respond, I kept saying, respond to us, God, and let us know. And I said, either just take this cancer completely away, or at least make it clear to us, where we were with this PET scan and clarify things,
But the nurse said, total response. And I said, is
Complete
that good news or complete response? And I said, so what's that mean? Is that good news or bad news? Or, she said, there was no discernible cancer anywhere in her body. And of course, I was just absolutely flabbergasted. Our oncologist said, my goodness, this medicine's really working well, isn't it? Yeah, well, maybe, but, we're thinking God. He's just thinking the medicine,
But it is another vivid testimony to His kindness and His greatness and intervention in our lives. And I'd love to have it be comforting in that way, and to inspire people that praying is is a real thing, that God really does invite us to ask Him, and he does respond.